Tarrabah, a long-forgotten exotic earned from the Sunset Raid Crown of Sorrow. While Tarrabah has always been a fun and good exotic, it just never felt worth using when it was outclassed by certain legendaries whose perks were very similar and served the same function. Looking at you, Recluse. Both Tarrabah and Recluse were very good at what they set out to do. Mow down ads, except Tarrabah was an exotic, meaning you were forced to give up Whisper, the de facto DPS weapon at the time, and required a ramp up, while Recluse was a legendary and only required a single kill to get rolling. But now, with the increased enemy density and the introduction of GM content requiring non-sunset gear and full use and synergy of your loadout at all parts of the mission, not just the boss, I think Tarrabah has found a potential place. Season of the Chosen introduced 6 new mods and 3 new exotic armors, 1 per class. The Warlock exotic in particular has very good synergy with these new mods, and combining them really brings out the potential of Tarrabah. The premise of this build is very simple. Get your super as fast as possible, then leverage the Font of Might and Absorption Cell's damage buff to melt everything in front of you with Ravenous Beast. To accomplish this, we'll be taking advantage of 3 or 4 of the elemental mods introduced in Season of the Chosen. Font of Might is an absolute must, as its damage buff stacks with the others we will be using. Elemental Ordnance is great for guaranteeing well spawns to proc Font of Might. Elemental Armaments helps us also get well spawns when a grenade is not available, albeit a lot less often. And as for our last mod, Font of Wisdom is a solid choice when you aren't sure what to run or have low intellect. If you decide to run Elemental Charge, just remember to run another Charged with Light mod to expend those stacks. I personally used Firepower to lower my grenade cooldown alongside Elemental Charge. However, these are completely optional. You're welcome to find another mod that you like better. As for our exotic armor, we will be using the Mantle of Battle Harmony. Its exotic perk, Absorption Cells, basically gives Tarrabah Thresh while you're charging your super, followed by Rampage ×2 when it's finally charged. While this Rampage does not stack, you'll be melting enemies so fast that it will virtually always be up. Just remember this is only the case while your super is charged, so I suggest only using your super for those oh shit moments. Because Elemental Well mods and Mantle of Battle Harmony perks are tied to our current subclass element, we'll be using Solar, but as for which tree, that's totally to your discretion. And lastly, we'll be using Tarrabah as our exotic and energy weapon. Everything else is totally up to you depending on the activity. At the time of this video, Absorption Cells gives a 20% damage increase, and Font of Might gives a 10% damage increase. While individually they may seem minuscule, the kicker is that they not only stack themselves, but also the damage increase from Tarrabah's Ravenous Hydra Beast perk. All 3 together, stacking for roughly a 280% damage increase on Tarrabah's body shots. Yes, that's almost 3 times damage per body shot. And that's not even taking into account the RPM increase that you also get from Ravenous Beast. After playing with this loadout, I can comfortably say that the risk of using an SMG is definitely worth the ad clear potential, and I will be uploading a video of me using it in the Proving Grounds GM Nightfall to prove it. Once a meme, now a powerhouse. I think Tarrabah has found a place to stay, and I'm excited to see what new armors and mods bring for it.